It's Monday, February 11th, 2019, and time for your Barbados Today Morning News Update. I'm Carol Williams. We begin with news that Attorney General Dale Marshall has announced a move aimed at cracking down on the illegal entry of guns and ammunition at the ports of entry. During a Barbados Labour Party Christchurch meeting last night that reviewed the Mia Mottley administration's first 6 months in office, he said that funds are being made available to purchase additional scanning equipment that will soon be used at the port. The Attorney General was alarmed that more than 100 spent shells were recently found at one crime scene by police.
Part of our responses, the Prime Minister is making the funds available so that the port can buy additional scanners. So within the next few months, the port will have an additional 2 scanners. And the figure I gave you earlier, about 6% of the containers being scanned, no more. No more. Now the truth is you can't scan every container. Customs doesn't search every suitcase that comes through the airport. And in many respects, a lot of these things are intelligence driven. But the fact is that we need to scan, we need to subject for examination a significantly greater percentage of containers than we currently do if we are going to be successful at seizing some of these metals.
Meantime, Marshall has defended the appointment of former Commissioner of Police Darwin Dottin as a consultant on crime following widespread criticism. He was firm that government has faith in current top cop Tyrone Griffith. He also clarified that Dottin would be assisting him and not the Commissioner.
We have not asked any of them to assist the current Commissioner of Police. Mr. Griffith does not need their help. Mr. Griffith is an excellent Commissioner of Police. But as a government, we need the help of those people who have gone before. So we reached out to these 3 former commissioners of police and we said to them, look, we want you to assist this administration, not assist Commissioner Griffith. We want you to assist this administration in helping to craft creative policies on policing and creative policies to help to take us out. That's what we asked them to do. And I have asked and I have obtained the permission of the Prime Minister that I should be able to engage former Commissioner Darwin Dottin as a consultant to me, not Commissioner Griffith.
On to other news, there's assurance that Venezuelans are not flocking to Barbados en masse. Neither have Barbadian fishermen fallen victim to Venezuelan criminals who've been kidnapping and holding some regional fishermen for ransom. Despite this, Prime Minister Mia Mottley is warning that the situation could change if the upheaval in the South American country isn't dealt with. She was speaking from Washington, D.C. yesterday, where she is due to attend a series of meetings. Her comments on Starcom Network's Down to Brass Tacks program also come on the heels of a high-level meeting she attended in Uruguay last week that discussed the situation in Venezuela. Mottley made clear that military intervention is a definite no-no.
We are already facing consequences that have been for some time now with respect to the movement of Venezuelans into the region. I think Trinidad has about anywhere between 40 to 50,000 Venezuelans. They on a daily basis are getting over 1,000. Barbados may ask or say that that's Trinidad, but the truth is that it comes into the rest of the Southern Caribbean, Barbados, Grenada, and Lucia. We've also had other examples of potential instability, but generally one, the region must be a zone of peace. The second major point is for us, small countries can only survive when we survive by way of the rule of law. And both the United Nations Charter and the Organization of American States Charter are based on principles of territorial sovereignty, non-interference and non-intervention, and respect for the rule of law.
Back in Barbados, there have been protests both for and against the Nicolas Maduro government. The most recent was held on Saturday, a short distance away from the United States Embassy in Wilde, by members of the Friends of Venezuela Solidarity Committee. The protest was against opposition leader Juan Guaido, who has declared himself president, and what group members called the undemocratic approach of the United States. The U.S., along with some other international countries, has recognized Guaido as Venezuela's leader. On to other news, Prime Minister Motley is defending the decision to restrict overtime in the public service. She says the suggestion, which was made by unions, is a good one.
The restriction of overtime was not a suggestion of the government. It was a suggestion that came from the unions in good faith and social partnership. And we think it is a fair comment, because if we can restrict overtime to allow less people to be sent home and laid off, I think that is a fair thing.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Barbados Today, news you can trust.
To our regional neighbors, at least 2 people have been killed and 14 police officers injured during protests in Haiti's capital, Port-au-Prince. Thousands of people are demanding the president steps down, accusing him of inaction against corruption, a stagnating economy, falling currency, and soaring inflation. We get more in this Al Jazeera report.
They marched, chanted and demonstrated in their thousands, demanding the resignation of Haiti's president, Juvenal Moise. Parts of the protests turned violent as some fought with police who used tear gas and fired several bullets into the air to disperse the crowd. Across the capital Port-au-Prince, protesters set fire to vehicles and a gas station. The backdrop to the unrest is a stagnating economy, failing currency and soaring inflation, issues that President Moise had promised to fight when he was inaugurated in February 2017.
And finally, on the international scene, tens of thousands of Spaniards joined a right-wing rally in Madrid yesterday, demanding that Socialist Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez step down. They also described as treason a plan by the Prime Minister to appoint an intermediary for talks with separatists. We get the details in this report from France 24.
Most of them say that they feel there was a coup d'etat, an attempted coup d'etat, a little over a year ago by those independence leaders. And they say that the figure of a rapporteur essentially accepts the Catalan independence argument that Spain is a fascist state and that there needs to be some kind of mediator joining those talks. They also feel that there should be a general election immediately. They say that Pedro Sanchez was elected or took power a little in June simply because he ousted Mariano Rajoy, the Conservative, in a no-confidence vote. And they say that with 84 MPs and the budget to pass next week, and no sign that he will get the support, that the Spanish voters should really get a test of what they think.
And that's news, but for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or like us on Facebook, and sign up for breaking news alerts via WhatsApp. We're also on Izumi Media in bus terminals, as well as screenplay and supermarkets and gas stations near you. You can also hear us on Mix 96.9 FM and Capital Media HD 99.3 FM. I'm Carol Williams. Have a good day.